Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. I want to walk you through the January-February preview cumulative update that just rolled out for Windows 11. This is an optional, non-security preview rollup from Microsoft that layers a big set of fixes, reliability tweaks, and a handful of new or gradually enabled features onto the 25H2 platform. Microsoft describes it as improving functionality, performance, and reliability, and it's marked as a preview release rather than a mandatory security patch. If you install it, you're getting more than just a handful of tiny things. Reports from tech outlets and the update catalog show that this package contains notable platform-level changes, feature expansions, and a long list of smaller fixes for everything from the start menu to activation and sign-in reliability. The update catalog entry lists the package sizes and the official package metadata, which confirms it's the January 29th, 2026 preview, and shows the platform targets for x64 and ARM64 builds. On the feature side, a few highlights jump out from community reporting and hands-on write-ups. One of the headliners is cross-device resume for Android apps. Think of being able to pick up certain app activity across devices, and several improvements to Windows MIDI services for creators and audio workflows. There's also an option to turn off Smart App Control without doing a full reinstall. And Windows Hello's enhanced sign-in security now has better support for peripheral fingerprint sensors. Those are the kinds of incremental but practical additions that feel like tiny quality-of-life wins for certain users. Beyond these feature toggles, the update brings a long list of reliability fixes and stability improvements that Microsoft and multiple outlets have highlighted. People installing this preview have reported fixes around boot issues, sign-in problems, and activation quirks, problems that can be dramatic for affected users but are often fixed quietly in these cumulative previews. Community threads and coverage summarize these as targeted fixes for specific scenarios, like lock screen and widgets behavior, Windows Update reliability, and improvements to File Explorer and kiosk scenarios. If your machine has been acting up in any of these areas, this preview is intended to help smooth that out. Because this is a preview update, Microsoft is making it available as an optional download in Windows Update. It won't automatically force itself onto most devices unless you manually check and select Download and Install. That's the usual preview model. It lets power users and IT pros test the fixes early while giving general consumers the safety of waiting for the broadly rolled monthly updates. The catalog and multiple how-to posts show that installing is as simple as checking Windows Update and selecting the optional preview. But since it's optional, you should be aware it's in preview status. There are some specifics worth calling out because they affect workflows. If you rely on external fingerprint readers, the update's expansion of Windows Hello ESS support could make authentication more seamless for those peripherals. If you use audio production tools or external MIDI controllers, the MIDI services improvements are intended to reduce glitches and make device compatibility better. And for administrators running kiosks or using the start menu in managed environments, fixes listed in the changelog aim to resolve a handful of issues that would otherwise create awkward behavior for lockdown systems. These aren't flashy headline features, but they matter in day-to-day use for the right setups. On the flip side, because it's an optional preview, a small portion of users have reported install errors or post-install oddities, not uncommon when new cumulative updates land. Microsoft support forums and the community Q&A boards already contain threads about specific install failures and suggested troubleshooting steps for people who hit errors while applying the package. Those are useful if you're planning to install and want to be prepared with recovery options like uninstalling the update or using System Restore if something goes sideways. For anyone who tracks the timeline, the update was published late January and is being discussed across tech outlets and community forums through early February, and the catalog metadata shows the official publication details and package sizes for the affected architectures. That timeline means Microsoft is still pushing changes through the preview channel and enabling features gradually, so some capabilities may be behind server flags or require additional steps to enable immediately. Tools like the Vive tool have been mentioned in guides for those who want to flip experimental feature flags, but keep in mind those techniques are for advanced users and can carry their own risks. If you're wondering about the practical takeaways, this preview is primarily for testing and for users who want early access to the fixes and small feature expansions. If your system is running smoothly and you prefer maximum stability, waiting for the formal cumulative update in the monthly rollup is still a reasonable choice. For power users, IT admins, and anyone experiencing the specific issues this preview targets, installing it can provide relief and smoother behavior in those areas. Coverage from independent outlets summarizes those trade-offs and walks through the notable feature changes and fixes, giving a useful second perspective on what's included in the rollup.